Psycho-Cybernetics, written by Maxwell Maltz. Chapter 3, Imagination, the first key to your success mechanism. A concert pianist practices in his head. Arthur Schnabel, the world-famous concert pianist, took lessons for only 7 years. He hated practice and seldom does practice for any length of time at the actual piano keyboard. When questioned about his small amount of practice as compared with other concert pianists, he said, "I practice in my head." C.J. Cobb of Holland, a recognized authority on teaching piano, recommends that all pianists practice in their heads. A new composition, he says, should be first gone over in the mind. It should always be memorized and played in the mind before ever touching fingers to the keyboard. Imagination practice can lower your golf score. Time magazine reported that when Ben Hogan is playing in a tournament, he mentally rehearses each shot just before making it. He makes a shot perfectly in his imagination. Feels the club head strike the ball just as it should. Feels himself performing the perfect follow-through. Then steps up to the ball and depends upon what he calls muscle memory to carry out the shot just as he imagined it. Alex Morrison, perhaps the most well-known golf teacher in the world, has actually worked out a system of mental practice. It enables you to improve your golf score by sitting in an easy chair and practicing mentally what he calls the 7 Morrison keys. The mental side of golf represents 90% of the game, he says, the physical side 8%, and the mechanical side 2%. In his book, Better Golf Without Practice, Morrison tells how he taught Lou Lure to break 90 for the first time with no actual practice whatsoever. Morrison had Lure sit in an easy chair in his living room and relax while he demonstrated for him the correct swing and gave a brief lecture on the Morrison keys. Lure was instructed to engage in no actual practice on the links, but instead spent 5 minutes each day, relaxing in his easy chair, visualizing himself attending to the keys correctly. Morrison goes on to tell how several days later, with no physical preparation whatever, Lure joined his regular foursome and amazed them by shooting 9 holes in an even par 36. The core of the Morrison system is you must have a clear mental picture of the correct thing before you can do it successfully. Morrison, by his method, enabled Paul Whiteman and many other celebrities to chop as much as 10 to 12 strokes off their scores. Johnny Bulla, the well-known professional golfer, wrote an article several years ago in which he said that having a clear mental picture of just where you wanted the ball to go and where you wanted it to do was more important than form in golf. Most of the pros, said Bulla, have one or more serious flaws in their form, yet they manage to shoot good golf. It was Bulla's theory that if you would picture the end result, see the ball going where you wanted it to go, and have the confidence to know that it was going to do what you wanted, your subconscious would take over and direct your muscles correctly. If your grip was wrong and your stance was not in the best form, your subconscious would still take care of that by directing your muscles to do whatever was necessary to compensate for the error in form.